A ruling by a U.S. District Court judge in Texas that would block access to a key abortion drug across the country. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos live in Hollywood with more on that. Annie Rose, good morning.
Jessica, good morning. And we just heard from the President Biden, weighing in earlier this morning before boarding a flight abroad. The White House right now, Jessica, they are trying to reverse a federal judge's decision, that federal judge in Texas, who ruled in favor of removing abortion medication from the market. The White House saying they are vehemently against that they would take this case all the way to the Supreme Court if they have to, and that they are ready for a long legal battle.
And on the abortion pill ruling, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's completely out of bounds what the judge did. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
All right, in the U.S., most abortion medications involve two drugs, mifepristone followed by misoprostol. Used together, there are fewer side effects, and it's a lot less painful. It's a drug protocol approved by the FDA back in 2000, so it's been in use for over 2 decades now. But anti-abortion rights groups are suing the FDA, seeking to force mifepristone to be pulled from the market. Last Friday, a Trump-appointed federal judge in Texas agreed, ruling the FDA should halt its approval. His decision will go into effect this Friday, affecting access to the drugs nationwide. Now, states including California are stockpiling it for if and when it becomes unavailable.
In Los Angeles, that everyone knows that they have the right to health care in every form. And we also send a message to women around the country that Los Angeles is a place and California is a place where you can come to receive health care.
Now, in a statement from Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday, he says the goal is for them to get their hands on about 2 million pills of this abortion medication. But he says as of right now, California has about 250,000 of those pills. So they have a long way to go in order to get to that 2 million mark. Reporting live from Hollywood, I'll send it back to you both in the studio.
Okay, Annie Rose, thank you. A new bill could soon bring relief to California students that are struggling with debt. Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco, who represents Downey, introduced AB 1160. The legislation would protect students who owe money directly to universities for things like tuition and room and board. Assemblymember says she's most concerned that schools can place holds on accounts belonging to students who owe institutional debt. The bill heads to the State Education Committee next week.
Massive tree came crashing down in Whittier last night, crushing a parked car. It happened on South Mills Avenue shortly after 9 o'clock. Fortunately, no one was inside the car when the tree came down, and no one was injured, but the tree did bring down power lines, knocking out power to some homes. Also, some of the branches from the tree hit a house, causing minor damage.
Some wild weather happening in Miami. A recent storm caused flooding in the area, leaving many drivers trying their best to maneuver around it. Cars can be seen slowly driving on city streets, some of them partially submerged in water. Flooding also caused some of the city's drainage system to start gushing out water. Yeah. That looks like a pretty good downpour there.
Looks like a pretty good downpour. I don't know if it really hit the Keys that much, but when you go to Key West, sometimes you wake up in the morning and they're just flooding in the streets because they're actually, I think, below sea level. So if it's a high tide and a big wave, you get water in the streets. LAX 58, 52 Oxnard, 58 in Santa Ana, and Big Bear at about